If you ever wanted to know who Chris Jericho considers to be his worst opponent of all time, you're in luck. Because in this video, I'm going to break it down because he was on Truth or Dab and he actually shared this. Now, look, Chris Jericho has wrestled for the who's who's of promotions and wrestled the who's who's in this business from his days in ECW to WCW to WB to AEW. Decade after decade after decade, Chris Jericho has continued to wrestle at a high level and has mastered the art of reinventing himself and leading to countless memories and classic matches throughout. And so when he was on Truth or Dab, he was asked, what was the worst match he's ever had? And he decided, instead of taking the dab, which was take a bite of a spicy chicken wing, he decided, well, I'm going to tell you the truth. And it was against a guy over in Japan named Kamikaze. Now, looking up on Cage Match, Jericho, who was wrestling as Lion Do at the time, wrestled Kamikaze in Wrestle Association R in February of '96. This is what Jericho had to say. Gosh, there's been a few. One that comes to mind, there was a guy called Kamikaze in Japan. That's the first time I wanted to pin someone with a clothesline. I just wanted to end it. Stay down. 1, 2, 3. Real stinker, if you will. End quote. So yeah, that's Chris Jericho's worst match. That's Chris Jericho's worst opponent. And if you look at Jericho, I think he doesn't get talked about enough as one of the GOATs, one of the best of all time, the greatest of all time, perhaps, in many people's cases. Because if you think about it, there's not many people that have been able to succeed the longevity in this business by countlessly reinventing themselves over that period of time and wrestling at a high level. I know when he first joined AEW, he was their biggest talent signing by far, and rightfully so was the World Heavyweight Champion. He helped him get a television deal and was so instrumental in their success in the early going and being able to put a name on this brand and a brand that people could get behind, a brand that people could believe in, a brand that people could understand and really support. And then that led the gateway to, your John Moxleys and your CM Punks and your Bryan Danielsons and your Adam Copelands and Cedric. But none of that happens without the Ocho, Chris Jericho.